sisters we're honoring tonight hold a special place in my heart and in the heart of all the members of our congregation. We know they have journeyed for us to Peru and stayed in Peru. And we often say to one another, we're one IHM ministers, we all minister. So we're grateful in a special way tonight to Jean Marie Carney, to Joel Marie Sheehy, Eileen Egan, Sister Jackie Servick, Mary Martha Gardner, and Michael Marie Hartman. We're so proud of them. They have spent so many years in Peru, and our gratitude goes out to them. And we're delighted to be here tonight to celebrate with Marywood in honoring them. You may wonder how the IHMs of Scranton came to be in Peru. Back in the early 60s, Pope John the 23rd asked all the men and women religious in America to please commit to Latin America. By 1964, we had determined that a wonderful place for us to be would be in Peru, working with the Franciscan fathers who are stationed in New York. And so, in '65, we sent our first group of sisters down to Peru. That was a very interesting trip and the beginning of a ministry that lasted for many, many years. Peru suffers from tremendous divisions among social classes, and those social classes and their division poured over into the church. So the Franciscans, with their charism, and our sisters with our charism, set about to unify the people in a parish called Santissimo Nombre. And they had one school for the rich and the poor together, one church for the rich and the poor together. It sounds very simple to us. It was very complex. It took a lot of prayer, a lot of hard work, a lot of education of people. And it ended with the wealthy people in the parish paying more money for their children to go to the school so that the poor children could be funded. It was a prophetic stance at that time, and it worked. Our sisters in time took care of catechetical work. We had Sister Mary Martha starting a posta medica in that very first parish where doctors volunteered to help her. It was the only medical care available to many of the poor. She later took that model up to the high Andes regions. Herself and Sister Joel Marie went there. Our sisters survived times of peace, times of political turmoil, military coups, earthquakes, and economic crises unlike anything we have ever seen in this country. They endured periods of terrorism. I visited there at that time. They were not the least bit interested in coming home. They were staying with their people. That educational ministry grew into the education of poor young adults who were working by day in the homes of the very wealthy, so they could not themselves go to school. Jean Marie Carney moved into a town known as Mateo Pomacao. The town was built around a garbage dump, and the people would dig through the garbage for food that they needed every day. Our ministries expanded. Every place we went, we were doing healthcare, spiritual development, and development of the parents and caretaking of children.
Sister Eileen Egan, she is everything I have in this world. She's my mom, my dad, my uncle, my sister, grandmother, everything else that you would name part of your family. For her, my safety was her priority, and she would be in whatever place I was going to be. She would just, no matter the time, place, or whatever amount of money she had to pay, she would be there, and then she was always there, and she always will be there as a mother, because in my mind or in my heart, I always see her as my mother and somebody I look up to. The sisters helped me with everything that's from feeding me, having a place to be, to stay, from healthcare, school, and everything else. And I'm really grateful and thankful for that, as I always will be.
Our ministry in Peru has been a long history of love and selfless service. All of the sisters we're honoring here tonight, many of those sisters, indeed I believe all of them, went to Peru once, came home, went back. Some of them went back many times because the congregation asked them to. Their gifts were just invaluable. On behalf of the congregation, I am so grateful to those women, these 6 who are here tonight and many others who brought our gifts of the congregation to the people of Peru and who carry those people, really carry them for their lifetime in their hearts in a very, very special way. They have become part of the people, which is why they've been so successful.